Welcome everyone. The purpose of this demo will be to display how to create the VPC in AWS. You can follow along and pause the video if you like. As you can see, I've opened the console, and up by services, I'll go into the search box and type VPC, and then click on VPC. And then I go over to the left to your VPCs, and I'll click Create VPC. So you can see we're in VPC, your VPCs, Create VPC. I'll name this Lab space VPC. And I don't want to use the default CIDR. I'd like to leave a little more room for our IP addresses. So I'll make it 10.0.0.0/16. 10.0.0.0/16. Okay. Then we slide down a little and click Create VPC. Now we created the VPC. Let's click on Actions and Edit DNS host names. And we want to enable dynamic host names to be assigned. So click Enable and Save Changes. So the next thing we want to do with the VPC, we've created it, but it's not of much use until it has some internal subnets. So we'll go to the left side and click Subnets and Create Subnet. And then it asks us, which VPC are you creating this subnet for? And we're creating it for the Lab VPC. So click on the down arrow, select the string that includes Lab VPC, and we scroll down a little. What's the subnet name? First of all, I'll create a public subnet. And which availability zone? I'll select the first one. Select the first availability zone. And for this CIDR block, I'll enter 10.0.0.0/24 and click Create Subnet. And it created the subnet. We still want to do one more thing for the subnet, so I'll select the subnet and click Actions and Edit Subnet Settings, and we'd like to auto-assign public IP addresses. So select the checkbox to enable auto-assign public IP addresses, and then scroll down and click Save. So you've created a public subnet. Let's create another subnet for the private internal only types here. So I'll click Create Subnet. We want to create it in our Lab VPC. And I'll name it Private space Subnet. Make it in the first availability zone. And I'll make this one 10.0.2.0/23 bit this time. This gives us over 500 available IP addresses in this subnet. And then I'll click Create Subnet. And just like that, we've created the VPC, and it has a public and a private subnet. So we have a VPC to get started. Thank you for watching.